Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. This video is a sign that I knew I needed to post something. You know, just something. Just something. That's what that piano video was. That was something. But this is because I had no ideas, and because my friends are much more creative than me, so I thought, why not take advantage of that and make a video surrounded by just my total need for narcissism and self-affirmation by talking about myself for 20 minutes to a camera. That's not dumb at all. Okay, let's do this. First question, what is the meaning of life? Well, buddy, let's talk about that. Okay, so personally for me, I think that the meaning of life, living your life, loving other people, and loving yourself is the best way to spread whatever you can. Like, as a Christian, I think that, well, if I love other people, then that will show God's love through me. But even if you're not a Christian, like, that can still be a great way to live your life, because you're still going to be loving other people. If you think of things in a loving way, and you think, is this going to spread love or is this going to spread hate, then that will help you make better choices for your life. Okay, next. What is your favorite color? Either yellow, because it's just a happy color. Yellow is such a happy color. It's such a loving color. Or there's this color of gray where the ocean meets the sky when the sun is rising. And it is one of the most beautiful colors I've ever seen. And it was one of the colors that I first saw when I first went to see the ocean. And I was just so stressed and everything. And that color calms me so much. I love it. Number 3. How do I get cash money, dollar bills, y'all? I'm broke, so I don't know. Figure that one out on your own. Okay, what is the square root of fish? I really don't know the answer to that one. Let's confer with the Googles. What? It means you should probably buy the game instead of pirate it. Okay. If you could make drinking alcohol mandatory for any sport, which sport would you choose and why? Golf. Okay. I feel like in any other sport, like polo, swimming, football, those things don't need to be made more dangerous or life-threatening, but golf is boring, agonizing to watch. I'm sorry for any golfers. I know it is a hard sport. It is a sport. It is a very hard sport. And I just don't view it as an entertaining sport. I may not make it mandatory, but like as a way for fun. I would probably like switch alcohol to that rather than having alcohol at the axe throwing places, but that's just my opinion. And I have this other form of golf that I've been thinking of for a while. It's called extreme golf. So basically, all of the players line up in a row, and they line up, and they're all like have the ball on the little thingy that the ball's on, and they have to hit it, and then when the buzzer buzzes, they run to it. Now, not to their ball. It doesn't matter which ball they run to. They just have to run to a ball. And it's basically based on, like, dibs, finders, keepers, whatever you want to call it. And that is repeated until they get to the putting green. When you get to the putting green, you just have to hit a ball into the hole. Now, if a ball is rolling towards it that somebody else hit, you can walk up to it and hit it a little bit harder and get it in there. And whoever hits the ball in first wins. Obviously, you would need to wear helmets for this. But I just feel like that would make it so much better. What is the color of the wind? I think the color of the wind, I remember this, I was riding my bike down this road in front of my house, and there was this giant, beautiful tree that has these pretty pink petals in the spring. And I remember one summer I was riding down in a very strong winds, and the petals were falling, and it was just pink, like a light, soft pink, and it was just so beautiful. So pink is the color of the wind to me. If you could create a high school class, what would it be called, and what would you do in it? Okay. I would most want a class that would teach people how to be more self-informed. So I want a class that teaches people how to discern news and discern things that they hear in their life, not only like in the media but also in themselves, to be able to see what is true and what is not. Because it's very easy to be tricked in the news. It's very easy to be tricked into it's just important for people to know what's going on, know their rights, and also know their own self-worth and their own value outside of negative thoughts and feelings through discernment. And that is a very hard thing to master, especially for people who can't master mindfulness. So I would just want a class on discernment and mindfulness and self-information. Next. Oh, and the class would be called Intro to Culinary, so that way students think that they're going to eat, because that's honestly one of the few reasons that everyone takes culinary in high school. That way everyone would take it, but they'd just be tricked. But you have to sign a thing, like your syllabus would say you're not allowed to tell other kids what this class is. What would the name of your cult be called? Okay. I'm already in one. It's called Being a Theater Kid. And it involves always being triggered by the first note of Seasons of Love, and being able to quote at least one monologue that you love, including the one that starts, "I'm crabby, and you want to know why?" You can look that up yourself. It's hilarious, but you can look it up yourself. Next. Do you love me? Yes. Will you marry me? You are not a rich person who's stupid enough to not want a prenup, so no. Do you like League? Don't know what that is. You know I don't know what that is. And you'll probably give me crap texting me when you watch this, asking how I don't know what that is. You probably mentioned it a few times. I have the memory of a goldfish. Will you give me food? Yes, I will. What do you want? Do you like bagels? Okay. So, when I don't even remember how old. I was so young that I called it a bread store, not a bakery. But my mom, for like a solid year, me and my mom and my sister would go to a bread store. And I still call it that. I know it's a bakery. I know it's called a bakery, but I still call it a bread store. So we would go to a bread store. So we get bagels every time. Like, we would get tons of bread. We would get like 5 loaves of bread and tons of bagels, and just freeze them and save them to toast. And they were so good. And I don't know why I liked it so much, because now that I'm older, I don't like bagels. I haven't eaten a bagel in so long. I haven't had cream cheese in so long outside of dessert food. So I don't know if I like bagels. Honestly, do you want to bring me a bagel? Bring me a bagel. Okay, chickens or pigeons? I don't trust pigeons. I think pigeons... Okay, you've never seen a baby pigeon. You want to know why you've never seen a baby pigeon? Because pigeons are government surveillance cams. You know the government shutdown? There were no pigeons. I didn't see a single pigeon, or any bird for that matter. Honestly, that's why I trust chickens, because I've seen chickens not surveillance. I know a chicken is not a surveillance cam because my brother has chickens. I've seen chickens grow. I know that they're not surveillance cameras, but pigeons are surveillance cameras, and so are ravens. I live in a neighborhood filled with them, and they are surveillance cams, and annoying ones at that. Do you like rice? Yes, I love rice. I eat rice all the time. I love fried rice. I love rice with kimchi. It's so good. If you invented something, what would it do? Okay, so when I was little, I had an idea for an invention, and it would be like a shampoo and a brush. So it would be, I can't find the right sort of brush, but like one of the brushes that's like bristles all around, and it would have a thing where you load your shampoo into the brush and then push a button, and it would like shampoo would come out of it, and so you could brush your hair and brush the shampoo down from your roots down, so that way you could like do that, and then it could like have one side that's like conditioner, and then you do like to your tips with the conditioner, and that way you get it evenly washed. You rinse it out, you rinse off your brush, then you brush through your hair again, and you come out of the shower and you just have to blow dry it, and it's ready to go. And I want that. And then I also, if I came out with products, like just products, I would want cooking materials that have Braille already written on them for blind chefs. So like cups and measuring stuff and just different things that are labeled for blind people, just so that's more accessible and just so like younger people would have more access to that. Then, what's your favorite word said backwards? I don't have a favorite word said backwards. I have a least favorite word. Heaven backwards, Nevaeh. I think that's how you pronounce it. Every stupid girl in a movie is named Nevaeh, and she's like, it's heaven backward. I don't care. I don't care. What was the name of your first stuffed animal, and what was it? Okay. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But it was a horse about this big, and it was, oh my gosh, I loved it. It had like light brown fur and a dark brown mane, and it was just the cutest thing in the world. And this was like my longest standing stuffed animal, and I collected so many stuffed animals. Like I had little stuffed animals that I gotten from teachers, and I had to like really like, I had a solid collection of stuffed animals. I had this giant bear that I got from like some older person in my family, and it was just huge, and it was a beautiful bear. I just had so many stuffed animals that I loved more than life itself. And then I got lice when I was younger, and we had to throw them all away, and so now I'm very attached to every stuffed animal. Like I'm trying to see, there are none near me and none on my bed that I can show you right now. Then, okay, if you could have any single superpower, what would it be? It would be to grant as many wishes as I want, like for other people and for myself sometimes. And these wishes would have no negative repercussions. Like I don't want to say no consequences, because consequences are positive and negative, but I would want no negative repercussions for my wishes. Like I would just want wishes with no negative repercussions, and wishes for other people, because I just want to make people happy. Which Avenger would you most want to be killed by? This is not going to be what you expect. This is from the comics. Stingray. For a very specific reason. So one, I really like comic books. I really like the character Stingray, because unlike Aquaman, freaking Aquaman, Stingray is an inventor. He invented this stuff. And he studied oceanography. He's really cool. He's like Aquaman, but not stupid. And that way, when people say, oh, who were they killed by? You'd be like, oh, they were killed by, Stingray. Oh, in the ocean? Like stingrays? No. Stingray. The Avenger. There's an Avenger named Stingray? Yes, there is. That way, it would add confusion, mystery, and awareness. That's all I want my death to bring. That's all I want it to bring. That's about it. Probably not what you expected, because those were weird questions, as my friend said. I don't want to ask any basic questions, so none of my friends did. That was pretty great. So I look like a mess in this video. Take care, everyone. I love you. Bye.